They're just brazenly out on the air saying mercury is good for your children. They're brazenly out saying lead in Chinese toys is good. Melamine isn't bad for children, even though it makes their kidneys fail. You know, we're taking the dead troops' insurance money. It's good. Chlorexit's good for you. Asbestos is good for you. They're just throwing it all in your face. Lisa in New York, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I've been investing in silver for a while, but it isn't sort of the silver coinage. It's the sort of thing that your grandmother would hand down to you, like silver cutlery and candlesticks.
Yep.
Is that something that's okay to continue, or is it only...
Oh, I mean, it's only quadrupled in value in the last 8 years. I mean, it was on average calculated into the cost about $5 an ounce. Then they would add the craftsmanship cost and, was it a collector's item? And so that would increase the value depending on the piece. But sure, your silver cutlery is valued roughly 4 times what it was 8 years ago. So, I mean, was that a good investment for you? Of course it was.
I hope so. If things get really, really hard, would it be something that would be easy to get rid of?
Well, here's the problem. It's not as good as silver coins because those are a mode of exchange. There's a bigger market for them. And because we're in a depressed economy, you might not get 4 times what you originally bought for it if it was 8 years ago or before, just because people don't have the money to buy it. But you're probably going to get a lot more than what you originally paid. So, yes, I mean, real, tangible. I mean, what do governments have? What do elites have? When they were chasing down the Nazis, what they have? Diamonds, gold, silver, art, expensive silver and gold cutlery. That's called booty, valuables. And that's what's really got value. That's what the globalists obsess on because it's real.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jones.
Thank you. I appreciate your call. Yes, excellent investment if you did it 8 years ago. Let's go ahead and talk to Hunt. Who's up next? Okay, Alex in California.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for taking my call. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the airport body scanners. I want to remind people that they have an option. They have a choice. They have to say, I opt out, because you are not required by law to submit to the body scanners at the airport. And apparently, the TSA workers are trained to give you a pat down if you just say, I opt out.
So they were trying to force you to take the naked body scan?
Yeah, and they'll pressure you to
well, let me stop you. Let me stop you. They admit it gives 20 to 50 times the radiation of what they previously said. They admit they're storing the naked images, and they lied. And 4 months ago in the Chicago Tribune, the head of the TSA said, we do plan to make this mandatory. And the first place they admitted it was 2 months ago in El Paso, Texas. Everyone is forced through El Paso Times. You must say no. So they tried to force you through the naked body scanner at what airport?
Well, I haven't. It's actually basically in Chicago, O'Hare. But you have to say, all you got to say is, I opt out. And apparently this is a word that they've been instructed to just go ahead and give you the pat down, and they won't, bother you and force you to go through the body scanner.
But was I misunderstanding, as I got from what you were saying, your phone's a bit muffled, that they tried to still talk you into it like, we don't have somebody trained for a pat down to go through this?
Actually, you didn't misunderstood me, if you are about to go through in the security line and you say I opt out, they will be forced to give you a pat down instead of making you go through the body.
Yes, sir.
Scanner.
Yes, sir. But they're trying to phase that out, so more of us need to say no. And they're under such pressure over these that now they're claiming they're going to add a computer program to it that puts a cartoon image over you so they don't see your naked body, but that's a lie as well. They are saving the images. And they're going in mobile vans. I mean, think about the magnitude of this. Forbes admits 500 vans were purchased. We're now confirming they're roving all over the country. They drive by, they stop at each house and look right through your walls, not just violating your Fourth Amendment, but bathing you in super high-powered radiation. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, this is beyond 1984.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I just want to remind people, just say, I opt out. And we were overwhelmed, the system.
God bless you. God bless you, Alex. Well said. The spirit of resistance is victory. Woody, Nathan, Calvin, and many others. And then a big news blitz coming up. The websites are prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com, and prisonplanet.com. Stay with us.
As gardeners, we can all relate.
What do you do with all of the excess food that you grow?
Freezing or canning may have been the process you've used, but the good folks at Excalibur Dehydrator have a healthy alternative to preserve the fruits of your labor. The Excalibur Dehydrator will help you preserve your fruits and vegetables quickly and easily, so you don't have to worry about premature spoiling. You can also use your Excalibur Dehydrator year-round to make delicious jerky. And the best part? The foods you dehydrate are free from excess additives, salt, and preservatives, and that's something we can all do without. To learn more and to order your very own Excalibur Dehydrator, visit drying123.com and see how the Excalibur Dehydrator can help you preserve your favorite foods.
Mention coupon code GCN and receive a free book on how to preserve your foods.
Again, that's drying123.com, drying123.com, or call 1-800-875-4254. That's 1-800-875-4254 today.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
When making important financial decisions, you should always know the facts. That's why Midas Resources is willing to pay you to read the facts. Midas Resources, a team of hand-picked financial specialists with decades of financial experience who are ready to provide you with state-of-the-art, up-to-date financial services. Midas Resources offers a host of services and stands behind their products. In fact, if you call and order their free Midas Report, Midas Resources will pay you. This detailed report will provide you with financial history on the safest and most profitable areas to invest in. If you read the report, Midas Resources will send you a free Walking Liberty Silver $50. So what are you waiting for? Get the facts and call Midas Resources toll free at 888-292-2709. That's 888-292-2709. And remember, if you read the Midas Report, you'll receive a free Walking Liberty Silver $50.
Buy the case or buy the pallet. Sapaco's SurePack MREs are the most well-balanced, great-tasting meals ready to eat available at MyersCustomSupply.com. Sapaco's SurePack MREs are great for any situation. Come with or without flameless ration heaters, are easy to transport, and easy to store with a 3 to 5 year shelf life. And you can buy just a case or an entire pallet. Either way, Sapaco's SurePack MREs are ready to eat hot or cold. Experience superior customer service from the #1 Sapaco supplier that's been in business since 1997. When you order your Sapaco SurePack MREs from MyersCustomSupply.com, get fast free shipping and 5% off your total order by using promo code GCN5 at checkout. Call 1-800-451-6105 or visit MyersCustomSupply.com. That's MEYERS CustomSupply.com or call 800-451-6105. For the lowest prices on the internet, visit MyersCustomSupply.com.
All right, let's go straight back to your calls. Woody in Seattle, welcome.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for taking my call. I want to tell you, my awakening happened about 2 years ago when I started listening to your show, and I started doing my own research, and I found a lot of what you had to say to be the gospel. And I want to thank you for your courage. The reason I'm calling is you were talking this morning about the scientific dictatorship that we're living in today. I studied President Eisenhower and his farewell address to the nation. Most people just remember the quote about the military-industrial complex. But he also talks about a scientific technological elite that was merging with that to create public policy and to take over the universities.
Well, yeah, no, that was an exact quote you just gave. And that quote's actually in our eugenics film that we're working on, yes.
Yeah, so I really believe that the Kennedy assassination was the linchpin for the loss of our country with regards to our political system.
I agree with you.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well said, Woody. Let's go ahead and talk to Nathan in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Alex, how you doing? This is great. I'm a first-time caller. I'm really great. Have great appreciation for you taking the time out to take my call.
Are you bet? I mean, I love being here talking to people that love freedom. Go ahead.
The other caller mentioned about opting out of those body scanners. I thought to myself, why not just write a letter to those in control and say, can I opt out of your system? That's what I'd really like to do.
Well, that's why we have to expose that the terrorism is staged in almost every case. They're doing this to set up the control system for us, and that's now admitted. Homeland Security is for the American people, period. It was never for CIA-funded cave dwellers.
Yeah, and I was watching the Obama thing today, his speech, and it's this whole illusion of trying to reach out to the common man and pretend that they have a connection, when in reality all they've done is they've taken these things that mean something to us. I always tell people it's like you got a knife in your kitchen drawer. Well, yeah, it's great for working in the kitchen, but as soon as you turn around and stick that in somebody's face, it becomes a weapon. And basically, the whole system's been designed that way. Whether you look at the materialism, commercialism, you got the religion, with the 501c3s, the politics, everybody's just basically in this big dragnet getting sucked under.
Getting sucked under. I appreciate your call. Really good points, Nathan. And that's what it comes down to, is that there's counterfeits of everything good. And that's how the system controls things. And they are predatory. They are ruthless. It's stated. Let's go ahead and talk to Calvin in Maryland. Calvin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Alex. It's Calvin. I hope things are going well. I have a couple of questions. I'm a first-time caller. One is I like to reach the churches and the leaders. When I woke up, it was more of a personal interest trying to, debunk the things that I thought was like, there's no way that this could be happening, especially when over 70% of Americans are Christian. I was like, there's no way that something like this could form. And the more and more I dug into it, I kept coming across this Alex Jones guy. I'm like, who is this guy? And what he's saying has got to be crazy. There's no way it could be true. And then the more I looked into it, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't find it false.
Well, Calvin, that's one reason this radio show and the films and the news websites are so successful. Over 90% of the time, it's not even my opinion, I am covering what is admittedly going on, and I just put the info out for people to decide for themselves if that's a good thing or not, and I put it in a historical context. And that's why we're reaching so many people, because the system is so crazy. It's a group of lunatic control freaks running things, and they've tried to train us they're doing it for our own good. They're not doing it for our own good.
And I agree, and I'm having a hard. And my thing is I like to help, get this out to people. But I know, like for me, I want to find truth. That was what I want to find. And you don't always get the answer you want to get when you seek truth. But so when you go to churches and how, I guess the best way is I was looking at you guys have a bulk buy for your end game, and I know you said before, like for the sheriffs and stuff like that, you should go to, the Don't Tread on Me videos.
Yes, you need to educate the sheriffs, the county commissioners, but also your churches. But it's important to go to the churches and say, are you part of the clergy response teams? Are you part of the government now? And because if your preacher's telling you submit